So let's begin by settling the body. Adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. Try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. Also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body. Relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And then begin to move our awareness inward, constraining it just to the body and mind, allowing sights and sounds in our environment to just be as they are, no need to investigate. We begin to concentrate that awareness in the present by becoming aware of the physical sensations accompanying the in-breath and the out-breath, in the space around the opening of the nostrils. Giving ourselves the instruction to notice quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind. And then without judgment or frustration to lift our awareness up from those distractions and to place it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind becomes more calm, we'll generate a broad, altruistic motivation for our time. Taking a moment to try to intentionally expand our circle of concern, thinking of wanting to embrace countless sentient beings within the field of our practice. So I think just like oneself, every other sentient being, from the time they wake up, by the time they go to sleep, and even in their dreams, is motivated to be happy, motivated to be completely free of suffering. And yet, just like oneself, every sentient being is meeting with obstacles and difficulties, again and again without choice. That's the existential condition of all ordinary sentient beings. So to use this life only for one's own interests would not be to tap into our unique potential. Every sentient being has the capacity to pursue their own aims alone. But to really tap into our potential, we ought to consider trying to work for the benefit of all sentient beings, which includes oneself, but is not limited to oneself. To bring about the highest welfare of all sentient beings, as we are all in the same condition. No difference between oneself and others. And what would allow that is for our minds to be deeply familiar with the states of mind that support beneficial actions, and for our mind to be completely separated from the states of mind that, rather than supporting beneficial actions, often motivate unskillful, harmful actions. So transforming the mind in that way is the purpose of our time. So begin to imagine yourself now in a much larger open space, a vast open field. Your father in this life on your right side, your mother in this life on your left, friends and loved ones behind you, those with which you have conflict in front. And then extending to the horizon in all directions are all other living beings in human form. And bring to mind someone that you know, someone that you care for. And recognize how, by contemplating them, the feeling of wanting them to be happy wanting them to be free of suffering, is naturally present in the mind. Take a moment to concentrate your awareness on how you relate to them in that way. What are the thoughts that come to mind? How does it feel in the body? And then begin to contemplate whether or not it is true that you deeply wish this for yourself. Do you deeply, truly wish for yourself to be happy, to be completely free of suffering? Imagine that the energy of loving kindness that you were able to generate is something that begins to grow at your heart center. And imagine this energy expanding, filling your body and mind. And try to direct the thoughts that you had previously, whatever they were, toward yourself. May I be happy. May I be content. May I be completely free of suffering. Then bring to mind your friends, your loved ones. And again, verbalize in your mind those positive intentions. May you be happy. May you have whatever you need. May you be free of all problems, sickness, negativities. Imagine wanting to share the experience of this loving kindness that's pervading your own body and mind with them. So you send out that energy to them, imagining that they are transformed, that it brings them what they seek, all forms of temporal and ultimate sources of happiness, satisfaction, contentment. And begin to bring to mind all of those surrounding you, those that you're not particularly connected to. People on the street, people in other towns, other countries. And think again that just like oneself, you're completely motivated to be happy, to be free of suffering, and I have no greater claim to being successful in also pursuing that than they do. Every sentient being has an equal right in accomplishing that goal. So even if we use a remembering consciousness of what did it feel like to have those thoughts, those feelings, and try to generate them again toward this group of strangers. Trying to genuinely, as much as possible, wish for their happiness, their being successful in eliminating their suffering. Extending out again that wave of energy of loving kindness, allow them to actually experience the happiness that they seek. And then turn your awareness toward those difficult people in front. Trying to see them simply as suffering sentient beings, seeing them through eyes of compassion. And think if they act in ways that are difficult, painful, that if they were truly happy, themselves, truly content, those difficult aspects of their personality, their way of being would be eliminated. Think that you genuinely wish for their happiness as well. And can embrace them in this field of loving kindness. And then think that I myself definitely have the ability to embrace every sentient being in this way and be determined to train the mind in loving kindness. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings, without exception. Thinking strongly when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. May I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.